Hello. How are you guys doing? What's going on with you? Oh, nothing much. Just here having a you know, random little live here. Uh, hmm. Where have I been? I have been all over the social media networks, just taking a gander or a look at what's going on over there. And I have personally come to the conclusion that no app's better than the other one when it comes to drawing people to your content or whatever it is that you're um, representing when you're broadcasting out here to the masses of people that, like what you have to say or not. Then there's the back and forth, with the drama, and then there, it's a catch-22. It's a double edged sword. It's a candle burnt on both ends. So it's good and bad. Um, I believe Twitter has what is it, Spaces? They have rooms there. You have Station Head. You have other places where you can monitor. You can go and get paid. I know one, for instance, Bigo. I've been running around over there, and I gotta get back over. I kind of took a break because there was just so much going on over there. Oh my God, y'all cannot imagine. And there's a content creator here on YouTube. I don't want to say the name wrong, but some of you may know it. They've exposed him somewhat to a degree. And for a while, or at least for myself, I didn't know who it was. I had no idea who it was. They said it was an older guy. They say, well, not an older guy, a seasoned individual, mid-40s, possibly, mid-late 40s, that has a channel here. And what he does, whoever's working with him, or if he's doing it himself, he does a great editing job. He does a great job when it comes to speaking uh, speaking about, you know, the ups and downs on YouTube, Beagle, and now I believe he's on Rumble. And at the end of this video, if you know who it is, you can, drop that information down there in the chat afterwards. But other than that, I just can't believe, I cannot believe that people are pretty much who they are. Now you can take anything. I don't think, and as long and TikTok, speaking of which, is still active. They didn't shut it down. So I guess this live will just be about, social media and its intent. And it's not what you do, it's not what you do with something, is how you utilize a tool. Like how you use a fork, you're supposed to use it for eating, but, there's many uses for a fork. You can use it for spaghetti. You can use it to, you know, pick up a piece of chicken or something like that. Well, you can do that with a spoon or a fork. People are like, well, you can't do it with a spoon. Well, that just depends on how you do it. I mean, you gotta think about it. cutlery, eating utensils are very unique in ways that we would never imagine and couldn't believe. Just like the thing of chopsticks. I never believed. I'm like, wait a minute. How can somebody pick up rice with chopsticks? Well, it's the texture of the rice that they use. I think it's jasmine rice, if I'm not mistaken. I have to ask next time I go there um, and get uh, some shrimp fried rice. I might go get some tomorrow during lunch hour. Delicious place up the street here where I live. But anywho, that that's pretty much the thing. I being a 56-year-old woman out here in the social media streets, down in the thick of what's going on. The different. I had no idea when I created my account if this so. I think they made it. You could make a thing what you wanted. So I think these different areas on YouTube, like the beef sector, the mommy sector, all these different sectors. I'm like, dang, I thought it was just YouTube. But that's probably a millennial thing or a Gen X thing to name something like that. I figure YouTube is just YouTube. There's people sleeping in their vans. There's people that are homeless that are sleeping in their cars, vans, whatever. Okay, but they managed to get a decent amount of funding through YouTube. Bigo is the same. I think TikTok does it too. But I know Bigo for certain. There's this thing where if you create content, you get paid through an agency. And I have some friends over there on TikTok that are definitely getting, they're getting paid um, on there, and they uh, I've been invited to join a family over there to make content over there. A lot of people are like, well, why aren't you or why won't you um, show your face on here? Well, dropping down in certain people's chats and speaking and saying things, it's a choice if I do turn on my camera or basically give you an opportunity, which I'm not, to take my image and just plaster it all over, have content and all that. I'm not going to do that because I've seen enough here in the different back doors of YouTube or the different, as they say, sectors of YouTube where if I do that, it will be my choice to allow you to see it. That's just period. If not, I've gave you a beautiful 3-picture collage in which you can see me um, and go from there. Use your imagination. But I'll grow into that. I'm just not, because people on here do the most heinous, evil things. I see people throwing rocks and hiding their hands. They say, oh, we're decent over here. We're doing this over here. We're about integrity, blah, blah, blah. And all the while you're insulting people. You're saying nasty things about people. I mean, I hear nothing. And what I'm going to, or what I would like to do or try to do with my channel is if I um, do any collaborations, shout out to Essie Berry. Essie Berry is one of my social media friends on here. She has a channel. Go over there to Essie Berry. She is the wife of Rerun Berry. From what's happening, she's a beautiful individual. She's a civil rights leader, and she's worked on a many of cases. But right now she's going through a situation where when you're dealing with celebrity, when you're a celebrity wife and you got other celebrities or a certain celebrity that you know you try to help the wife of that celebrity, and then they turn on you. It's just so much. But shout out to Essie Berry. She's a beautiful personality, born and raised in Georgia. We spoke on the phone numerous of times. Whenever she's live, she's now my Facebook friend. And so I go with that, We're social media buddies. When we do get a chance to, speak with each other, we haven't met yet, but I would love to be in her presence. I hear she's about the same height as myself. But other than that, yeah, social media, but people are successful with YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, and all the other different. Heck, though I have a Station Head account. I think it's Station Head. Yeah, I think it is Station Head. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Nicki Minaj engages with her fans regarding her albums, her music, her different bodies of work that she's doing, her collaborations. I love Nicki's music. I love her collaborations with different artists because it juggles her genre of of music, and she still is able to incorporate rap. And I love her voice. Nicki is and has blossomed for me so well. I just want her, I would hope her and Little Kim would finally get together and just, do the battle of old school versus new school. And it doesn't matter who hits the hardest. It's just the fact that they can come together with that craft, man. But I have to say, no disrespect, Little Kim is the queen of hip hop. She is. But I mean, they can't be only they can't be only one queen. You have to give that crown to someone else coming up, and she's earned her stripes here. She's earned them. Shout out to her. And anyone that's on any apps, as far as social media is concerned, I would say if you're going to be on these social media networks, utilize them for the best. I like seeing ones that there's a YouTuber called Soft White Underbelly, and I love the fact he showed himself here recently. He does it all the time, but I seen a update of uh, one of the individuals that he uh, features and interviews on there, and he actually helped these people, those that want the help. Um, and so yeah, you can use your network for good. And the fact that you actually utilize resources, that you're giving something something to go on other than your merch. I mean, it's fine to buy merch, don't get me wrong, but at least put something behind what it is that you're talking about. You know, um, social media is a tool. I mean, heck, the news uses it. Right now, our Our president and vice president use it. Our presidents of late have used it. And since before you had YouTube, Facebook, I mean, it was media that made it social, which brought people together, which brings people together to have a conversation or a common bond about something that gets people talking. Because that's pretty much all we do is get people talking, you know. But this thing about pulling up on people's houses and just all that crazy stuff, that is just really so unnecessary. And why are you doing it? Because me personally, if somebody wanted to get, or do things that grade, that low grade of a human being, that means to me that's low. When you have people swat in someone's house, because I've seen people that were almost in danger of the law enforcement taking their lives out. Shout out to uh, Miss Massey. Shout out to her. Uh, Social media has really brought out, especially most of all, the black community during the presidency. It's unfortunate that it had to take her life. The officer should receive the harshest of penalty. I did hear some people talk about what they think he should receive. I think I used to be for the death penalty. I really did. I say frown, fricassee him, and throw some barbecue sauce on him, then put him in the ground. But you know what? I would rather you live in prison for life and let the deed or deeds torment you for all eternity before you are maggot food. That is the ultimate torture for a human. Aside from someone taking your life, um, you know, for no reason. But utilize this tool for the best you can. But I'm so glad that people in different states, especially the black community, how many more do we have to lose from our community? This should really further bring us together as a race of people, and our ancestors are hurting because of the fact that we have let ourselves to some degree get so engrossed in what's going on in society, in the world, in humanity. It's crazy. And I don't believe that, and I could be wrong. I know I'm wrong. But I know there's a part of us that says that the ancestors must speak to us. They are very disappointed, heartbroken, disenchanted with the living. That if you haven't been getting those visits and those little things said, done around the house, or just anything that would remind you of someone in your past that's telling you to continue to fight. Myself being an organizer, advocate for just those types of things is I'm tired of hearing about them. And it seems like sometimes the more and more we try to engage or, equip people with information and knowledge, the more they shun away from it. And I also think about the 3 young men that lost their lives in Mississippi. It was a Jew boy, a black boy, and a white boy that lost their lives. Races of people coming together that are truly not about what's going on then and what is going on now with the voting process. Now let's get to Kamala Harris. A lot of people saying, oh, she's not for the blacks. Well, we won't know that again unless we put her and any other elected officials' feet to the fire. And how you do that is the support for Miss Massey. That's how you do it. You show up in numbers. You don't go to the White House in numbers and destroy something that, yet again, let's revisit our history, that black people built. We built that. We built it. And now they want to elect someone that has totally degraded, disrespected this country. The United States is a laughing stock all over the world. I bet E.T. and his family know about it in outer space. I bet the aliens is like, oh my God, these humans on here, what is going on with them? But you know what? If you continue to keep this going, they win. So if George Floyd's have to keep dying, it's sad that they do. But why? Why do they have to keep going through that when we're supposed to come together as a community, as a black community? We should. What happened to the village? What happened to making sure that everybody was okay? Have we forgot that upbringing? Have we forgotten who we are as a race of people? What's going on, family? You cannot tell me that you care when you out here unaliving people, when you're doing and saying things that are degrading to a woman. You know, when you degrade a woman, you might as well be talking about your own daughter. Because one day, some man or some individuals, let's remind you, are still going to treat her and your son 3/5 of a human. It says it on the Constitution. Okay? So, with that being said, this is one of my little random videos. I felt compelled to speak about it. YouTube has new guidelines where now you can have over 50 people. Shout out to the 143 that have just subscribed to my channel. I'm a little YouTuber. But you know what? The content is what it is. I don't worry about numbers. At one point, I started out with 25, 20, 50. Now I'm almost at 200. Almost. Am I going to do 50 lives about it? No, I'm not. It is what it is. You either like what's over here or you don't. It's okay. But what I won't tolerate is disrespect for myself, for the people that come over here and watch or engage or just listen to what I have to say. And you don't have to listen to anything I say. Research it for yourself. It's there. It's there in the books. It's right there in the books. Yep, so, okay. It's a little early here. I'm going to go ahead and take a little rest. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.